Hello, darlings. I am Cassandra. Welcome and welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for coming. For those of you who are new to my channel, child, I love magic. I love everything about magic. I love everything that is magical, child, and I have loved it my entire life. And on my channel, I love to do reviews about magic, projects, DIYs, anything about magic. But in today's video, I want to talk to you about why I abandoned my magical gifts to promote and, other magic. So I don't know where this video is going to begin. I don't know where it's going to end, child. And I'm just going to talk because I haven't, I just want to be honest. So I woke up one day, and this is not too long ago. I woke up and my lips were sealed shut. Like I could not open my mouth at all. It was so weird. Now the thing is, I'm gonna tell you the thing that's interesting about it. Before I go to sleep, I call on the angels to protect me. And the angels have never let me down. So I'm thinking, as soon as I call on my angel protection, I'm waking up like from a nap, and I'm not. It wasn't a dream, guys. I could not open my lips. Okay, so and I was like, I can breathe, but why can't I open my lips? Am I something going? Am I having a stroke? Like, what is going on? And a voice loud as the Dickens said, Cassandra, do not ask me for any more money as long as you are promoting everybody's products and services but your own. You have abandoned your own gifts, and if you want to make money, you need to embrace the gifts that were given to you. And so I'm thinking to myself, wait a minute. Like, whoa. Then the first one is this scared me, guys. It was clear. It wasn't. Listen, when I tell you it was not a dream, I wasn't dreaming. And when I was like, trying to figure out why my lips were sealed shut, it wasn't a delay in me trying to figure out why my lips were sealed shut. It was clear as day. It is time for you to embrace your gifts. It's time for you to use your own magical gifts. And you can't expect me to help you when you're not helping yourself. I mean, it was just like, man, I was looking around my bedroom and I am scared. Listen, I was scared for a moment, but I knew it was God. And my crazy self, y'all, I became extremely emotional because I felt like, oh my God, God really loved me. Like who? In my mind, I'm thinking like, you mean to tell me that, out of all the things that's happening in the world, right? Because there's a lot going on, that I was enjoying doing my reviews and, all the other stuff for everybody else's magic. And I'm just having a good time. And God, my spiritual team, God took time out of her busy life, right, to tell me, look, girl, what is wrong with you? So I became extremely emotional because I realized God loved my black ass. Okay, God loved Cassandra's black ass, and that's exactly how I feel. I was like, oh my goodness, this is real. So I finally popped my lips apart, and I had like this little swollen part, and I went to sleep, and I woke up and everything was fine. And I thought, I've abandoned my magical gifts. And then I started crying. I'm like, yeah, but it's, but I'm afraid of all of the stuff. So listen, guys, so with all that being said, let me tell you what happened. After I had that moment with God and my angels, I started making dolls again. I'm excited. I started sewing, and I couldn't stop sewing. Literally, The very next day, not the next day, no, that night, I was like, let me get my sewing machine out, child. Where is that sewing machine at? Because I didn't even know what I was going to make, but I decided, let me just go back to my roots. I don't know if you've ever heard this saying before, that until you pick up the sword that God gave you to fight with, you will lose all of your battles, or you can't win unless you fight with the sword that God has given you to fight with. Same difference, right? But meaning that whatever is going on in your life, until you embrace your special gifts and talents, whatever they may be, it seems like nothing is really going to work for you. It may work for other people, you may be okay, but if you really want to flourish and if you really want to soar in life, you have to embrace the gift that was given to you. Whatever, I don't want to say given to you at birth, but maybe I don't want to spend all day trying to get the words perfect, because then I'll never get the video out, and so you know what I'm saying. You have a special gift. Serena was not out trying to become a baker, and you might say, well, but her father taught her how to play tennis. Yeah, but maybe he did, but I still believe that there was some ability, and she has the right father, the right skill set, the personality that allowed her to practice with the consistency. Come on, guys, you know what I'm talking about when I'm talking about the gifts given to you by the universe. And and I think people abandon their gifts all the time. People are lawyers when they really, really, really wanted to be a dancer. You know what I'm saying? When they say, oh God, my family would never support me if I dance. So I think this is something that we're all a little bit guilty of, or at least I know that I am. So anyway, long story short, Cassandra, darling, I wake up and I realize that I have abandoned my magical gifts, and I love promoting other products and services, and I'm always talking about money and my money growing, and but you never, I'm not promoting Cassandra, I'm promoting everybody else. So anyway, I meditated that day, that evening, and I realized, and I got really quiet, and I said, okay, I need to understand, God is right, my spirit team is right, my angels are right. What's wrong with me? What I'm saying? I have my own, it's not like, I don't have my own, products and services that I make, like my little rings, that I sell in my Etsy shop, and they all have spells in them. But this is something that, and I don't know if I can get it in focus, but I don't want to waste my time on that. But anyway, I realized, wait. Oh, I told you this is a little all over the place. So when I first started my Etsy shop years ago, I want to say 10 years ago, it was a really long time ago, I opened it because I was making, you can call them voodoo dolls. I think, maybe someone could call them voodoo dolls. And I enjoyed making them. And they were just so cute. I have one here. I don't know if I can get it with the, oh, look. And they looked like this. It was a line of dolls along the lines like this. This is a protection doll. And I love them. This is the make. And if you guys can see here, oh God. And it has of course it has a protection. They all had different spells in them and different purposes. And, thank you, baby. Put it back. I don't want her to fall either, or him. But anyway, so this is what the dolls look like. They were all different colors, and they were selling. Now I had a problem. So when I say selling, I put it up, and when people bought, I'm like, oh, whoa, somebody is interested. So one lady, wrote me, and she said, I want your doll for lust. And I said, no. I said, lust is you know, we're going back and forth. Like, do you really want lust? Or do you want love? And even though I made the doll for lust, I don't know why I made a lust doll. But, you know, I had a list of characteristics or things that people may be interested in. And she said, no, when I go out with my girlfriends, everyone always gets a lot of attention, except for me. And when she said, I want men all over me. And I said, do you want men all over you, or don't you want that one person who loves you, who wants to be with you? And she was like, no, I want the lust doll. All right, I don't recommend it. But anyway, I made the doll for her, and she said that she was tired of what did she call them? Booty calls. She said she was tired of booty calls. She was tired of guys she said, when I go to a bar, wherever I go, she said, men are literally all over me and I can't get rid of them. She said, how do I turn the doll off? I'm like, I don't know. I hadn't thought about all that. You know, but I'm just getting to what happened to me and why I stopped practicing my own special gifts. You know, I said, I really don't know. I did some research, and I was reading conflicting research. Some people said, well, if anything you bury grows. When you bury something in the ground, it means you want more. And if you want to get rid of something, you should wash it away in the river. I don't know, child. All I know is I was reading all kind of stuff, and I'm telling them, I'm going back and forth with her. I'm like, well, try this and try that. And the doll was literally driving her crazy, and she was just like, please help me. And God forgive me, and if you're watching this, I am so sorry. This was years ago, and I hope you please. I you know what I did? I shut down my Etsy shop. And I said, I'm not making any more dolls. But before this happened, whenever I would make a doll for a client, oh my God, that doll, the energy was so powerful. I could feel the doll like pushing in my chest. I would feel like pressure. I would feel this energy, this really just a very powerful energy. And I would have to put make the doll and put it in the mail that day. So I knew, like, I can't have the doll in my house because it would just be like this entity would just be there saying, I gotta go. Because when I would make the doll for the client, I would put their name and their birthday and instructions to listen to the client. That that's kind of like to be commanded by the client. So they wanted to get to their master ASAP, right? And I've had, people say, like they've done they had needed some protection and their bosses were gone. Like they were just like, no, whatever, like nobody messed with them. And it was just like, girl, what did you put in here? Okay. So I knew that my magic was powerful, but I didn't know how to control it. So when I would make a doll, I would sleep for like 2 days. When I say sleep, I was exhausted. When I would go to bed, I would feel like a complete rag doll. I didn't know how to control this energy. I didn't know how to protect myself. Because I would feel the dolls. Like, sometimes I'll make a doll. I was a little afraid of it. You know what I'm saying? I was just like, child, you gotta get out of here. Like a little, hey, whoa. Like, don't look, I'm gonna get you to your master. Don't talk to me like that. So I was just like, I didn't know how to protect myself. I didn't know how to ground myself. I didn't have a spiritual team. So but of course I didn't know this at the time. And I had this love for making dolls. My dolls have always talked to me. Like I told you guys, anybody with these dolls behind me, these are characters in my Jungle Beauty Goddess book series. And I'm telling you, there was one of my dolls, she was just like, no, I don't want hair. I want a head wrap. And I was like, no, I want you to have hair. And she gave me this long spiel about walking 2 miles for water and and the head wrap and the importance of it. Long story short, my dolls have always been very opinionated, strong-willed, and we get along. Okay. We get along. I'll let them do what they want to do, pretty much. How they look the way they want to look. I don't control how they're going to turn out. Like, every doll you see here, I don't have a picture in my head like, oh yeah, she's gonna be so cute, like I'm gonna make her. No, they look how they want to look, and I'm always excited to see what they're gonna look like. But anyway, so I'm I shut my shop down because the magic was draining me. The dolls were powerful. I really didn't know how to handle all of that energy, so I just stopped. And and because I'm a connoisseur, I love magic and I love doll making, but I just decided, look, let me just go ahead and get involved with other people's magic, which was cool because one of the things that happened is that we're working with some other magic, especially with the angelic magic. I learned there, oh God, I'm so grateful that, there's angels who can protect me when you're using untested magic. There are angels for everything, and I feel like I needed that. I needed that internship or that, to work with other magic, but I wasn't supposed to stay there. And that's what happened. It's kind of like, you making dinner and you run out of you need to go to the store to get something, and you abandon your own recipe, your own food, and you just say, oh, forget it. I'm just not going to cook anymore. I'm just going to eat out. Or I don't know if that's a good example or not. But what I'm saying is I needed to learn, how to ground myself. I needed to learn, how to develop a relationship with my spiritual team, but I didn't need to abandon my own magical gift of doll making for the rest of my life. So after that intervention, after that heavenly intervention on Cassandra to get back to your gifts, okay, I started sewing. Oh my God, and I couldn't stop. That's where I was. That's where I mean it. I could not stop sewing. I didn't know where my sewing machine was, child. I had to go dig it out. But when I didn't even have an ideal about what I wanted to make after I'm talking about the very next day I started making dolls after this encounter with my spiritual team, with God. And let me show you. I can't wait to show you. So I have learned a lot. I know how to ground myself. I know how to protect myself. I do have a very powerful spiritual team, as you can see. And I also needed to replenish or resupply my Etsy shop with my intentional magical jewelry. And so I got really emotional because I was completely out of I don't have any near me, but I know it sounds crazy, but I have magic brains, but all of my little stuff that have the spells in it. And if you think of it, it's really just a tangible prayer. That's it. Because everything has energy attached to it, and you're borrowing the energy from the herbs, the gemstones, and you're putting it together to bring about, to add energy. I like to think of it as a spiritual battery to whatever it is that person already wants. So if you buy, let's say you buy, this is a ring, one of my rings, it's a fish, but it has a really nice money spell in it, right? And everything in it is charged. What it does is it actually, it's like a battery, because every herb, every gemstone, all of the energy, the metal, the sigils, everything in here is attaching to whatever it is I already want. And that's a good way to look at it, okay? But anyway, so I want to show you the doll that I made. This is the day after. The day after my encounter. Okay, so I call these my do you dolls, and I call them do you because you can use them to channel energy and receive to channel and download messages from your spiritual team to help you go about your dreams and goals. to help you. I'm gonna actually come up with a class to teach people how to make them. Now, if I make it for you, Charles, it's gonna cost you some money because it's a lot of work. It's a lot of spiritual work, and it's a lot of time for me. But I'm also gonna put together a workshop where people can make their own. But this is my do you doll, and they come in. I think they come in. Look, I'll try to get her eyes in focus. Hi, baby. Hi, mama. And they're really bossy. And I'm going to tell you something. If you make one, child, she's going to be telling you, oh, look at her. Look at her. She's going to tell you what to do. Let me see. It's just like, they are, I'm not really sure, but they already are a being. What I mean is, they know who they are. They know what they can help you do. They're gonna help you. They're gonna these are really sassy. Let me see. I'm trying to get her right, but this is one of them. And I don't know. Look at her, child. Look at her. And they stand, by the way, and they have a spell. They're filled with herbs and gemstones and all kind of good, yummy stuff. Okay. Well, I don't want to say yummy stuff. Magical. The word is magical. And here's another. I made 9 of them, and I couldn't stop. I was sewing like a crazy person. And here's another one. Oh, look at mama. I mean, get you. Can I get your eyes to focus? See? Yes, mama. And they come in 4 different shades. I think one is called dark chocolate brownie. I think she is called cookie dough. I think this is cookie dough, and then caramel. Anyway, it's there, like you can see. But anyway, here she is. They do stand, and these dolls are amazing. Like, you sit with her, and child, you can light a candle or not. They will just start talking to you about whatever it is you are going through. And you may or may not disagree. You may agree or disagree with them, but I tell people, look, if you not together, don't go getting some entity. I like to call them fabric beings. Now, I know that people call them dolls, but to me, when I think of a doll, I think of it as a plaything. But these are not playthings. These are actually beings. Okay, trust me. Okay. But anyway, so the day after the spiritual intervention, I started sewing. I'll show you the other dolls. I'm going to start doing readings, downloading messages on my channel. So it's going to be like pick a fabric being, a do you doll message type of thing. Anyway, so that's where I've been uploading. And when I say uploading my new products and services to my Etsy shop, because I actually sold out. And everybody who has purchased something from me, I want to thank you. I really appreciate it so much from the bottom of my heart. And yeah, guys. So if you have a gift from God that you have tucked away, now you may not want the experience of your angelic team coming in to tell you, don't ask me for nothing else until you use the gifts that we've given you. I really hope this video helps someone. Thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you, darlings, in the next video.